Hi, this is your host Sheridan Lyons Verse, and I am coming to you with another episode of It's All Relative podcast. And today we're going to be discussing relationship. What do you do when a person that told you they loved you in the beginning of a relationship all of a sudden doesn't anymore? That's a hard place to be when you're in a relationship with somebody that you care about. We often go into a relationship with a bunch of how to do this and how do you get a person, how to get a woman, how to get a man. You know, we get a lot of instruction on how to acquire a relationship. We even get instruction on how to keep a relationship. But what happens when that other person, because we don't have control over a person just because we're in a relationship with them? I know some people attempt to do that, but it's not the will of God that we control any other human being. Everybody has their own free will and they can exercise it however they please. So what do you do when that special person or that person, you know, that you've spent 14 years with decides or makes the decision, you know, to just walk away? This is one of the reasons that I do not teach love as a big hole that you fall into. People use the phrase falling in love. You know, I fell in love, like it was something haphazard that just kind of happened to you. You had no control over the situation. You didn't have any say-so. You just tripped and boom, you were in the black hole. But I look at love as a decision, because that's basically what it is. You make a decision, a conscious decision, that this is a person that you want to spend time with. This is a person that you want to conversate with. This is a person that you want to make love to. This is a person that you wouldn't mind spending the rest of your life with. This is a person that makes you feel good about yourself. This is a person that makes you happy. And all of those things are what we base our decision to love on. And the reason I say it's a decision is because, as I just said earlier, this person claimed to love you in the beginning, and now all of a sudden it's changed, and they don't. They just made a decision. There's no falling in, and there's no falling out. It's a decision. But when that happens, many times it's hard for us to tell ourselves the truth. And that harsh truth is that person just does not want you anymore, for whatever the reason. That's one of the toughest things to realize when it comes to relationship. Admitting to ourselves that, hey, I'm just not what they want. And sometimes it's so hard, the truth of it is so hard that we react in many different ways. Some people get violent, some people get so angry, simply because they can't control that situation. They can't control that person. They cannot make that person do what they want them to do. So many different roads are taken when that truth is realized. Hey, they just don't want me anymore. I would say anybody that can live and be happy without me, I can live and be happy without them. Because you don't want to be in something that a person, you know, they'll eventually abuse you or misuse you, because there's no feeling there. It's apparently gone, or it was never there in the first place, and they were just pretending because maybe there was another motive for getting involved with us in the first place. Those are things that we'll kind of see along the way, but it's kind of hard to tell. It's a crapshoot for the most part. It's a leap of faith. Relationship is a big leap of faith. You put faith in the fact that this person is being honest and telling you the truth about how they feel, what their intentions are. You put faith in that and you believe it, even against sometimes what you see already. There are many times there are red flags and we choose to ignore them simply because we desire the relationship more. But at times in the beginning, there are red flags that would alert you to this person's true intentions. But we also have people that can hide very well. And there are spirits that can hide extremely well. And if you're not really in God like we should be, or seeking God in prayer like we should be, because the Holy Ghost is a discerner. He can see what we can't see. And if we're really not wrapped up in Him, we can be fooled. That's not to say that you can get into a relationship, and it not be good or change to be good. But a lot of times there are red flags. What I purpose to teach people about that situation is this. You cannot control another person. You have to allow them to be who they are. And if who they are is someone that at this point is no longer interested in you, then you need to be free or allow them to be free to express that and go on and do whatever they feel is necessary for their happiness. We say we love, that's also a part of love. Being able to release somebody to be happy. If you're not it, then okay, you go and you be happy with whatever else you think may do it for you. Because for us to stay into this situation, it's going to be bad for both. It's going to be miserable for both. And personally, I don't know about you, but I don't want somebody that doesn't really love me. I'd rather be alone and by myself. At least I know why I'm alone and by myself. So be careful of trying to control a person into doing what you want them to do or acting the way you want them to act. Because you can get off into a lot of other things with that. Witchcraft and control. And I'll talk about some of those other things in another episode. But we have to be mature enough in the spirit, even in the natural, to just release them and let them go. It will hurt. You will cry. Because that soul tie is being torn apart. That bond, that sexual bond, that marriage bond, which is the sexual bond, is being torn apart. So it may cause you pain. But the good news is God is a mender of broken hearts, and that pain will subside. You will eventually be able to move on and prayerfully find someone that really loves you and has made that decision and will stand by that decision. So going forward and going into relationships, keep that in mind. There is no guarantee that everything is going to work out or everything is going to always be great. So I leave you with this. Keep a thankful attitude for the people in your life. Purpose showing your feelings in the opportunities you're given. Purpose to love without motive. And don't wait until it's too late. Until next time, talk to you.